Hey guys, our lesson for today is these three basic questions. Ordering sides and angles in any triangle. There's some patterns. Is it a triangle? If I give you three sides, do they make a triangle? And three, to find the range of the third side if I only give you two sides. So let's start with number one, ordering sides and angles. You'll notice we have a small side labeled in green. 17 is smaller than 20 and 24. We've got a medium side labeled in purple because 20 is smaller than 17 and bigger than 24. And then 24 being the biggest number, that pink side is the biggest side. So one true thing about triangles is the smallest side is always opposite the smallest angle. And the smallest angle then is always opposite the smallest side. Same thing with the medium side and the medium angle and the largest side and the largest angle. So even though we don't know what A, B, and C actually measure, you can say with 100% certainty, this C angle is the smallest, the A angle is the medium, and the B angle is the largest angle. If we go click on that and open the Desmos activity, we can kind of prove that. So in any triangle, it doesn't matter what triangle we make, the smallest angle is always opposite the smallest side. And the medium angle is always opposite the medium side. And the largest angle is always opposite the largest side. And that will always be true. In a minute, you're going to be able to practice with these. And you can drag these points wherever you want. It doesn't really matter. The smallest angle is 51. It's always going to be opposite the smallest side. The medium angle is always going to be across from the medium side, and the largest angle is always going to be across from the largest side. As you get kind of close in angles, see if we can make these an isosceles triangle. Maybe I can. I'm going the wrong direction. Well, it's pretty close. The 67 and the 69 are going to be really, really, really close. They're both 8. But opposite the 67 is 8.01 and opposite the 69 is 8.13. It doesn't matter what kind of triangle you make. Oh, I did make an isosceles. So now we've got 30 and 30. So the sides opposite those two base angles are going to be exactly the same. And they should say 3.55 and 3.55. This is kind of, maybe if I make this a little longer. Oh, that's not going to work. Desmos is rounding for us. It thinks it's helping us, but it's not really. There we go, 50 and 50. So it's still, because it changed to 49. Anyway, the smallest angle is opposite the smallest side. The medium angle is opposite the medium side. And the largest angle is opposite the largest side. Part number 2 is it a triangle? We can use that same Desmos activity to look at this. We're going to do small side plus medium side has to be bigger than the largest side. So if we go back to our Desmos activity, the small side and the medium side added together have to be bigger than the largest side. So 4.7 plus 4.7 is bigger than 6. That is 100% true. What if I make this a really short triangle? 2.8 plus 3.5. Maybe I can make those into friendlier numbers. Close. 2.7 and 3.4, those are going to add up to be bigger than 6. If we make this a super flat triangle, as it approaches a straight line, it's going to get closer and closer to being the same. So 3 plus 3.16, this makes a flat line. This doesn't really make a triangle. So small plus medium has to be bigger than that big side. If they equal 3 plus 3.16, this is no longer a triangle because it's super flat. We can do it the other way too. We make this small plus medium. So now our small is the 5.2 and our medium is the 5.7. Small plus medium is bigger than big. Small plus medium is bigger than big. Small plus medium is bigger than big. As this triangle becomes flatter and flatter, those numbers get closer and closer. So 6.09 plus 5.71 is going to be 11.8, 11.7. As we get closer and closer and closer, they're going to get closer and closer and closer to 11.7. And once they equal 11.7, we've got a straight line again. So in order to have a triangle, the small side plus the medium side has to be bigger than the big side. Once they equal each other, then you've got some kind of flat line. So you're going to be able to play with that in a minute. The third thing is find the range of the third side. This gets a little crazy, so we need a different Desmo activity. So if I have a side of 3 and a side of 11, I can make lots of different triangles. I don't know what this side is. That's what I'm asking you. So if I keep that side of 3, but I make a really acute angle, we know it can't be flat, but I can make it as acute as I can possibly make it. Then 3 subtracted from 11, or 11 minus 3, is going to give me 8. As this triangle closes and becomes flat, that side is going to approach 8. It's never going to actually touch 8, but it's going to approach 8. So 11 minus 3 is 8. It can be 9, it can be 10, it can be any of these numbers in the middle, 11, 12, 13, but as we approach 180 degrees and we keep that a 3, it approaches 14. It can't actually be 14 because that's going to be a straight line. 11 plus 3, because they're going in opposite directions, equals 14. So if I have a side of 11 and a side of 3, if I close that triangle and make it flat, I'm subtracting those two numbers. So 11 minus 3 is 8. It can't be 8, but it can be any decimal bigger than 8, all the way around to if I make my triangle flat, where 3 plus 11, and that should really be a 3, 3 plus 11 equals 14. So I can't actually have 14 because that's going to be my flat triangle, but it can be anything bigger than 14. I mean, smaller than 14. So anywhere between 14 and 8, because 11 minus 3 is 8, and 11 plus 3 is 14. Hopefully that made sense, guys. We're going to practice now. So practice, 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 and I will see you on the flip side.